Hello and welcome to the third episode for our Let's Play of The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. In the last episode we left off with Gandalf, Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli chasing Saruman's orcs across the plains of Rohan to try and catch them before they deliver news to Saruman and Isengard. And along the way we came across this village that was destroyed in a recent orc attack, and this woman, Leofin, was asking for a weregild for her husband's death. So the first thing we'll need to do is talk to her and get some more information about that. When we receive a weregild for our husband's deaths, we may aid you. So we'll question her about that to find out what exactly she wants from us. As weregild, I ask for my husband's sword, a bag of gold that was stolen, and the return of my son. And you can ask her about each of those items to get more information about it. The sword was stolen by the orcs who destroyed our village. Their camp lies north in the burnt forest. What else? The gold. The orcs stole the gold. Typical. Men are judged by wealth and valor, but women are only judged by sorrow. And finally, her son. He vowed to avenge his father and left. Men are truly married to battle, but their wives are but fleeting thoughts. Well, we'll go after the sword first, since we already know where the burnt forest is. We passed it on the way to the village last time. You have come upon a small army of orcs. They appear to be very busy, with many orcs coming and going. Several orcs hold up trophies taken from the people of Estement, and one orc holds up an elaborate sword. There are too many orcs to fight. And if you try and attack the orcs, even though you can defeat them, you'll get attacked by a couple more waves of orcs, and then reinforcements will arrive and you'll get a game over. So what you want to do is just use your sneak skill instead. You have kept out of sight. Your patience is rewarded. The orc who has Harka's sword has come within only a few of his fellows, and is now close enough for an ambush. And then you'll just want to attack the orcs. If you move, more orcs will show up. So, don't move at all. Just go to your sword icon and attack. Because this is the best scenario as far as number of orcs. Looks like you only have to deal with 5 of them if you do it this way. And we almost got it here. And you'll find the sword that you're looking for. So we'll take that. You have defeated the orcs. One orc appears out of the bushes and is utterly surprised by you. You subdue him without warning the others. And you can question this orc. I don't know why it's not letting me. Well, normally you should be able to. I don't know why it's not letting me this time. But if you question him about the gold, he'll tell you that another orc stole it and fled north into the forest. Yeah, that was kind of weird. I don't know why it wasn't letting me talk to him. But basically you'll want to come north through the forest, and this is another part of Fangorn. An orc corpse clutches a bag of gold. And here we have the bag of gold. So now we just need to find the sun. Yeah, there's nothing up here. It's just a dead end. And he's to the east over here. From the east you hear a man shouting, and the sound of a sword clanging against a shield. You spot a young man fighting orcs with a sword, while a young woman holds an orc at bay with a drawn blade. They are badly overmatched and will soon die unless something is done. It looks like overmatched for them is just 3 orcs, but I guess we'll help them anyways. And hopefully this is the sun that we're looking for. Although if it is, I'm not sure who the woman is. The youth introduces himself as Harding, son of Harka, and the woman is Falwyn, daughter of Bregawine. I appreciate your help in defeating the orcs, the young man says. It would have taken much longer for me to defeat them on my own. And they'll both join your party. So this is the sun that we're looking for, so we can head back to the village and return the items to Leofin. And hopefully that will be all that she's looking for. Harding is leaving the Fellowship. You can take his items, but all he has is sword and chainmail, and everyone already has mail in my party, so... Harding smiles and says, I have come home. Here I will stay until the king calls for me. Falwyn is leaving the Fellowship, and she has the same items, so once again you can take those if you want. You have fulfilled the Were-Guild that Leofin requested. She is saddened. Small comfort these things are, save my son, who will no doubt die in battle on some distant field. Yet I keep my word. We shall strive to drive all orcs from this land. And you get a bit of a stat boost when you do that. And I think it helps with your encounters of orcs when you're in this part of Rohan. At the edge of this ruined village is a man whose leg is encased in a splint and whose face is scarred. He bows in welcome and introduces himself as Bregawan, a soldier of the East March of Rohan. You look very hungry. Even in these times I would feed travelers that bear me no ill will. I just wish I had more food to share. Will you share a meal with Bregawan? He'll restore your health, so there's really no reason not to do this. Bregawan's meal is little more than dried fruit, nuts, and a little ale, but you savor it. Bregawan describes the orc attack against the village of Estement. Many good people were lost. Sons, husbands, friends. Orcs left me for dead. So maybe he knows something a little bit about the orcs. Forgive the bitterness of my fellows. They have lost much and feel that they have been betrayed. I wish I could help you, but I cannot. I think you've asked him about news. Eomer sent a rider here, saying that messengers of Saruman were near. I saw some orcs south of here. So maybe those are the orcs that we're looking for. There's a badly wounded soldier here. His mail and his face and his hair is drenched in blood. He greets you, even though it saps his strength. I am Walknoth. The Lord Eomer sent me ahead to see if any orcs were sent as messengers. Several orcs were indeed sent as messengers, ahead of the host that Eomer slew. They joined in the attack on Estement, then proceeded onwards. A few hours ago, they ambushed me. My horse was slain, and I was left for dead. No battle shall I fight any time soon. The messengers must be stopped before they reach Isengard. I have not strength nor sword to offer thee, but you may use my mail. It is a good strong suit, and it will serve you well. And like before, I already have chainmail for all my members, but you can take it. If you haven't carried over your items from the first game, you won't have mail for your characters, so a lot of these chances to get mail will be useful for you. But like he said, the orcs went to the west. There are fresh orc tracks here. So maybe we can find out something else about them. Use perception. The orc party was not large, probably no more than half a dozen. They were heading westward, towards the mountains and Isengard. Unlike the other tracks you have seen, these orcs were not in a hurry. And looks like we found them. 6 orcs see you, 6 orcs turn, giving a battle cry as they prepare to attack you. So hopefully these are the messengers, and we can stop chasing them and get on to exploring some other parts of Rohan. Just one left here. There we go. The last orc falls. The sign of the white hand also falls from his armor. Surely this must have been the messenger of Saruman. Alright, so we don't have to worry anymore about Saruman getting news of the hobbits or anything. Nearby there's something rustling in the tall grass of this plain. Your keen eyes spot an aging man in armor, crawling through the grass, obviously trying to avoid your notice. You coax the man from the brush. He looks at you rather sternly. Know, if you would stand against me, that I am Dorlus of the Rohirrim. Many have been my enemy, none have survived long. Yet something tells you that this boast is empty. Dorlus senses that you are not afraid, and his tone changes. But I sense that you are worthy folk who bear me no ill will. I've come from East Emnet, hunting the orcs who burned my home. Much needs to be done ere I return home. The Pool of the Miras, the most sacred place in Rohan, has become desecrated by a foul orc shrine. If you could destroy this shrine and purge the waters, great would be my gratitude. And Dorlas here will kind of help you find any little side quests or anything here in the northern part of the plains of Rohan. An old Rohirrim soldier rests here. When you approach him, he is startled for a moment, but soon accepts the fact that you do not mean him harm. It is very dangerous in the Eastmark these days. I have nearly been killed several times. I am Heof, a stubborn old horse rider. I will ride no more, but I can teach many secrets about riding if you will pay my price. My price is quite high. Nearby is a pool, the only pool of this size in this part of Rohan. This pool is a sacred place to the Miras, the greatest horses of Rohan. It is said that long ago the Lady of the Golden Wood enchanted it, and the Miras blessed it, and all who come here could be healed of sickness and injury. It is said that in the days of the Great Plague, this pool saved many in northern Gondor. Recently the Orcs have placed a foul shrine there and defiled the pool. The Miras no longer drink from its water. I will teach you my riding secrets if you will agree to destroy the shrine. So that must be the pool that Dorlas was talking about. And like I was saying before, Dorlas will kind of pop up as you travel across the plains every once in a while, and he'll tell you about something or someone that you can help or do. But I don't think there's a whole lot more that we can do in this part of Rohan. And here's the pool we were looking for. This shrine is carved with foul orc runes. Looking upon it, you feel a great dismay. Suddenly you realize that all of your hopes are in vain, and that the White Hand will triumph in the end, in either sun or shadow. Your wisdom is utter folly. And here's the shrine, and this shrine can actually only be destroyed at night, and all you'll need to do is attack it. I guess you can't move after that message comes up. Yeah, so this shrine can only be attacked at night. Otherwise, you won't be able to interact with it in any way. But when you do, these Barrow Wights will come up. And to rid the shrine of its power, you'll need to defeat all 6 of them. And they're going to be a little bit tougher than the orcs we've been fighting up to this point. But the pool, like Heof was telling us, is a healing pool. And so if you do take any damage or anything during this fight, you'll be able to use the pool to heal your characters once we get rid of the curse. Yeah, and these enemies just have more health and do more damage, like I was saying, than the orcs. So you just gotta keep chugging away. The only character you have it could really be a problem for is Legolas, if you don't have any armor for him, since his health isn't all that high. But if you have chainmail on your characters, they shouldn't be a problem at all. The shrine begins to shake, and its surface shines as if it were wroth. Then there is a sound like a splintering tree, and a great crack appears from top to bottom. The feeling of despair is gone, yet the shadow has not entirely left. You get a nice little animation of the statue crumbling. So we'll go back to Heof and see what we need to do next to get rid of the shadow. An old soldier rises out of the brush. I am Heof. You have done well destroying that foul shrine. But more needs to be done. One of the Miras, the horses of Rohan, must drink from the pool for it to be purged. The pool is a place of healing for the Rohirrim, one which is badly needed in these times of trouble. The Colt Sunhood wanders the land southeast of the pool. He would do as well as any. Thank you for destroying the shrine. It was an act of great courage. I offer you my deepest secrets as a reward. I hope it will be useful to you. And then you can pick up the ride skill, which you'll need to finish the quest of the pool here. So I said there's a horse to the southeast. The horse you behold is a dark brown colt. It rears, making a great cry, but does not flee from your approach. It appears it is trying to daunt you. Well, you can use the ride skill you just picked up to tame the horse. Using the skill taught to you by Heof, you manage to tame the Miras. It will not allow you to mount it, but it will let you lead it to the pool. So we'll come up to the pool here. Luckily, we don't have to go far. The great steed drinks from the water, and suddenly the shadow is lifted from this place. No, it is more than that. There's a wondrous feeling of spring reborn, of growth and life. It is something you have not felt since you left Lorien. And then we're going to switch over to Frodo here. While others face danger, far away the ring-bearer treks through an even more perilous country. And we left him in the Dead Marshes here. And we were walking down this little trail of torches. Maybe they'll lead somewhere. We'll just follow it along and see. Gollum's face is filled with horror at the sight of this tower. No, you mustn't go there. He'll find you. He'll catch you. He'll give the precious to him, Night Shaper. He loves to hurt us, Gollum. He says nothing else on the subject. Well, before we go into this tower here, we're going to go around to the backside, and there's actually a little hut out back. Unexpectedly, you have found a small sod hut in the middle of this wilderness. Any hopes that this inhabitant might be friendly is dashed when a voice says, "Go away, leave me alone or I'll kill you." Well, it's never stopped us before. The man who stands before you is tall and gaunt. His eyes are wild as he shouts, "Get out! Are you deaf? Get out or I'll use your guts as a scabbard." And he'll attack you, I think if you go any closer to him, he'll attack you, or if you leave and come back, he'll attack you as well. But you can give him some of your food. The man marvels at the taste of lembas. "I misjudge you. You are friends indeed to share something as precious as this. Here, I have a gift." He points out a torch. "He hates fire and holy things, but if you meet him, use this." We already have a torch, so we won't take it, but since he isn't going to kill you now, you can talk to him. "I suppose you're going to pester me with questions. Well, go ahead. I've put up with worse in my day." We'll just see if he knows anything about news. "Men from my home near the Sea of Rune are marching to the Black Gate. The armies of the Dark are swelling." See what Rune is. "A land of wide fields and forests. A more beautiful place cannot be imagined." He mentioned the Black Gate. "By the blue wizards you like to live dangerously. Impassable. Minions of the Dark live there. Shun them." Maybe he has some news about the marshes we can find out. "You've been there? You're braver than you look. Used to go there a lot. Now I don't go near the place." So yeah, he just gives you general information, and if you don't have the torch, you can pick one up there if you didn't carry one over. But now we can go back to the keep. We already read this bit from Gollum about not going in there. But we never let that stop us before. And it looks like we've got 3 levels here. We can go up to the top level and see if we find anything. This black altar is decorated with the symbol of the lidless eye of Sauron. The altar reeks from bat droppings, as does this entire room. That's actually all there is up here. Bats that will attack you. So there's really no reason to explore more up there. A lone sarcophagus sits in this corner of the room. There is no writing on it. Maybe we can perceive something about it. You have an eerie feeling about this sarcophagus. It is not sealed and the latch is loose. Do you choose to open this sarcophagus? Why not? A voice issues from the sarcophagus, and a human shade appears. A voice as sweet as honey in tones. "Such a magnificent deed. Alas, I have not the power to reward you. Were you to bring me the Star Ruby of Gondor, I would reward you well." And you can trade him the Star Ruby, but actually what you want to do is use the Star Ruby instead. "No," the spirit wails. It turns to attack you, but it's too late. As it dissipates, you can clearly discern the true nature of the thing of evil, a servant of the Dark Lord. And you can get a dagger here. I'll get that and I'll give it to Gollum. Yeah, if you were to trade him the ruby, he would have just attacked you anyways. I think there are some more coffins we can explore in here. Another sarcophagus. Let's see about this one. Nothing we can do with that one. There is writing on this sarcophagus. It is in the ancient tongue of Gondor. You realize this sarcophagus, like this entire tower, was not made by the Dark Lord. There was once a citadel of Gondor, the eastern edge of their empire, before it collapsed long ago. An elven prisoner, scarred with many scars, is tied to the wall. He is easily freed and realizes that he is free, but does not appear to be happy. It is as though he has lost the capacity for joy. Well, maybe there's something we can do later to help that elf, but you'll want to walk close to this pit over here. You receive the oddest sensation from the block of black crystal in the center of the room, and it's a sensation you do not like at all. You feel something grab you and pull you into the darkness. Yeah, you'll just want to walk around it. We'll see what we have over here. There are two large red eyes that pierce the darkness, gazing upon you. Cold as the dark upon the marsh, a chant begins. Dead as the Dark Lord's gift upon the land of Middle-earth, which is his throne. You are about to be attacked. Well, we can use the Star Ruby that we have again. Even in the heart of its darkness, the vampire is overwhelmed by the holiness with which it is confronted. It is reduced to nothingness. When the vampire was destroyed, you heard something clatter upon the ground. You have the spirit key, whatever that is, and I don't remember how you get out of here, actually. Oh yeah, just walk up. So what you'll want to do, you can go back to the elf and use the spirit key on him. Gilglin blinks, as if coming out of a long sleep, and says, "So long was I fed a diet of lies and despair that I did not recognize hope. I would join you if you would have me." And we'll see if he has anything. I guess you have to recruit him first, actually. He doesn't have any items yet, but we'll take him with us. Now we'll go back to the main level of the tower. At the edge of the door, you can hear the cry of faint, piteous voices. "Help us, please help us, open the door." The cry repeats continuously, as if it did not know you were there. At the edge of the door... Oh, okay, just read that. Well, you can use the spirit key to open the door. The door opens. A black altar stained with blood sits here. It is decorated with the lidless eye, the sign of Mordor. Anything else we can find out about it? This altar has not been used in some time, but a palpable feeling of evil resonates from it. It is a feeling that sickens you. And we can use the file here. The light of Arundel's star radiates from Galadriel's gift. It lifts despair from your hearts, but it does not remove the evil from this place. In the corner of this room is a cauldron. It is filled with the water from the Dead Marshes. The shades of the fallen are clawing and struggling to be free. And we can try the file again. The light from Galadriel's file shines upon the water, the only pure thing this place has seen in centuries. The spirits vanish. A noble human voice wishes the blessings of Elbereth upon you. And that's all you can do in the tower here. But I think you get a bit of a boost from freeing the spirits. So now what you'll want to do is go back to the path with the torches and walk along the southern part here. And paragraph number 44. Let's pull that up. Nope. From the ground, the shades of the dead arise and survey you. They are humans, tall and grim, in heavy armor and wielding great weapons. One of them bows and says, "You are not servants of the enemy." That is clear to see. Neither are we. Ask and we shall answer freely, in accordance with our knowledge, that we might aid thee. So we'll talk to them and see what they know. How can I help, my dear friends? If only I had the Star Ruby, I would respond with great generosity. Well, we'll ask him about the star ruby, and it is hidden in one of the sinkholes in the marsh. One would have to be very brave to find it. See if he knows any news. The forces of Sauron swell with each passing day. Only the star ruby can save us from being his chattels. I guess we can use the star ruby on them then. And free them. Paragraph 122. Verondor fades from sight. Alas, that all of the dead in these marches cannot yet be free. But perhaps if by some chance the enemy's ring be destroyed, then all who are ensorcelled here may at last sleep in peace. And I guess that was the Verondor that the elf in the sinkhole was telling us about. So we can go back to him and tell him that his debt has been paid and he can leave the marshes. As you travel through the wet marsh, you look down and see dead faces in the marsh, lit by candles. There are elves, orcs, and humans, some proud, some terrified, but all of them are foul and rotting, all dead. A fell light is in them. Gollum says you cannot reach them, you cannot touch them, all dead. Go slowly, carefully, or you will go down to join the dead ones and light little candles. Follow Smeagol, don't look at the lights. And the sinkhole with the elf was to the north. It's to the northeast of where we're at right now. I think it's this one. Yep, it is. Nendal greets you enthusiastically. My exile is ended. Elbereth be praised. I have items that you might find useful. As for me, I shall return to the green forest. May the stars shine on your faces. So we'll grab these items here. And he leaves. He won't join your party. But so we'll climb out of the pit here. And I think that'll be a good place to bring this episode to a close. We've done most of what we need to do here in the Dead Marshes, so in the next episode we will continue exploring the lands to the south, and hopefully before all too long we'll be able to find a way into Mordor so we can continue on to the quest. But we'll tackle all of that in the next video.